gonna work. I cross my fingers this work. I'm at VidCon and I'm using the internet, and they should have like a decent amount of internet for people to use, right? I would think so. It's up. I'm gonna let some people join the stream because it's I don't see anyone in the stream right now, so I'll let you guys join really fast. I don't have headphones, so I have to explain to you guys what happened. Take us on an adventure. I know I haven't made a vlog in a little bit. Dude, I've had some rough days. Like, oh my gosh, I'm at VidCon right now. If you guys want to know where I am, I'm in LA. Um, boy, where do I begin? Okay, I guess I'll begin here because I haven't talked to you guys in a little bit. So I came down to LA. I was in SF last weekend. My boosted board stopped working on Friday. So yeah, boosted stopped working on Friday. So I had no boosted on Saturday, and there was this really big meetup, scavenger hunt. So I missed that. And then Sunday, pretty much no boosted. So I rented a car, drove around, made money. Monday did the same thing. So I basically haven't had a boosted. Yesterday, I meet up with this guy in LA, downtown LA, and he is selling a boosted board. I found him from one of the boosted groups. So I'm thinking, cool, like I'll just meet up, like buy the board. If the board's good, like everything will be being able to ride because it's so hard to get around. So meet up with this guy, right? Buy the board. The board's in great condition. It looks like honestly, it looks really good. I can tell that they definitely did not ride it like I do, like I ride it boosted, right? So I'm out riding, everything's cool, right? I'm having a blast, and I'm vlogging. I got the camera in my hand, and my headphones fall, and my headphones fall all the time. And this time the headphones fell and it got caught like in the motor, okay? Not in the motor, but it got caught like in the wheel. So I stop, pull it off, like try to pull the cord out of the wheel and everything. So instead of pulling the cord out of the wheel, I just use the tools and take the wheel off, take the motor cap off, and I'm sliding the belt off. So I basically took the whole wheel off. That was a good thing to do because I just got this board and I wanted to know if I want to know what the motors look like, and the motors look great. So I got part of the wire out of the not the motors but the what do you call it, the belt. Pulled it out of the belt. Everything's good, right? Everything's good to go. I don't know if I forgot to put the nut on the wheel when I put everything back together and started. I had the nut on like this bench, and the nut fell on the ground. So when the nut fell on the ground, the washer could have like separated from the nut. I don't know if that happened, or maybe I did not put the nut back on the wheel. So anyway, I'm riding and I make it about one block, okay, and all of a sudden the wheel like freaking is flying off of the skateboard, okay, and I'm bored like I noticed before the wheel starts to fly off, I noticed that like wow, this thing is coming to a stop like a halt, right? And I'm like holy cow, like dang. So this is what it feels like when these freaking skateboard wheels just break off. Like you're just like, whoa, like what's going on? Like it is not a good feeling. Like, um, luckily there was no cars around, and luckily I wasn't going that fast. Maybe I was going 12 to 15 miles an hour. I wasn't going that fast. So I look at the board, and at first I thought the wheel just broke off. Right? I'm thinking, dude, I haven't even put 5 miles on this thing, and I'm already like breaking wheels, right? So I pull over, stop, look, and I see that no, the skateboard is not it's not broken. It's just the 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 wheel just came off. Like, so great. Since I was just one block away from that original spot where I took the wheel off and took like the since I was really close to that original location, I went back to that original location just to see if I dropped the nut on the ground, did the nut roll over, did the washer, like, I didn't see anything on the ground. It was like a bus stop. Okay, like a bench at a bus stop. Didn't see anything there. So I was bummed out. All right, just super bummed out. Okay, I'm just like, dude, it sucks. So I walked back to the Airbnb, like, I don't know, 2 miles or so, because I refused to take Uber, didn't take public trains. Walk back, and I go to bed early because I'm thinking, dude, I'm gonna wake up early. I'm gonna go by a hardware store. I'll find another nut and another washer, and I'll be good to go, right? Everything's gonna be good. Everything's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a great day. Tomorrow's gonna be fun because I'm gonna, skate. Everything's gonna be good. This morning, I go to Home Depot, and it took forever. Like, I was in Home Depot for 45 minutes just. So I go all the way from the hardware store to the train station. From the train station, I take the train and I just 1 second. I see the comments are coming. I get off of the train in Anaheim, and what happens? One of the motors on the boosted stopped working. It wasn't the same motor that the Corey got caught into. It wasn't that motor. It was the other motor. So now I'm just thinking to myself, now what? Like, now what? Now what? That's what I'm thinking to myself. Look at this. So I got a new boosted. It's kind of messy actually, and the motor is not working. So I'm a little bummed out. Yeah, I'm a little bummed out. Like, that's what I got going on right now. And I'm at VidCon. I thought I would do a quick live stream because I haven't uploaded a video in a long time. And I was gonna upload a video this morning, but then this boosted board problem happened. And also, I don't have headphones because I just realized that I was only traveling with one pair of headphones, and I need headphones to listen to edit the video. Like, even if I'm in like a completely quiet location, I still like to have headphones on to edit. So yeah, that's why I haven't uploaded a video. I was totally gonna upload a video today, but once again, it's kind of hard to upload a video when when you can't you can't like listen to the video. Sorry it's been so long. Like, I know a lot of you guys are probably super disappointed, but it's been, I don't know, it's just been, I've had just a really rough time. Like, just being stranded and then getting a boosted board and then last night, and then I'm just like, oh, Patreon, that's what I'll do. I'll just, I said I'm gonna do Patreon. I'll definitely do. I'm just kind of nervous about doing Patreon. Just want to say thank you for your Uber posts and dash vids. Thanks. I see success in the future. Thanks. Are you gonna drive Uber X again? I don't know if I'm gonna do Uber X again. Boosted of some kind. What board is Jermaine? I'm talking about my boosted board. Go to Boracay, Philippines. Awesome ocean. Oh yeah. What happened? I respect your channel. Thanks for the. Yes, I'll be back. I'll be back to vlogging. I'll be back. VidCon is going good. VidCon, I'm gonna be honest. I had more fun last year because this year it's I think it's bigger, but it's spread out more. So it's a little bit different this year. But I'm definitely having fun. I'm definitely having fun. So I don't know. This has been a very. I'm just bummed out that this board doesn't work anymore. No. Like, why does it have to happen? And Boosted, they don't sell batteries. You missed the investment videos. So wow, I guess both motors are working now. I'm testing it out. Yeah, now they're working. Who knows? Maybe they'll work when I get ready to go. Wow, what a wild goose chase. I just kind of needed somebody to talk to. When are you going to Africa? So I'm gonna be honest. I was thinking about that last night. I really want to go to. There's a bunch of places in Africa I want to go to, but I think Senegal is being pushed high on the list just because Senegal is Western Africa. It's a little bit easier to get to from the east coast of the U.S. because I'm gonna go to New York next week, and Morocco is very high on the list. Now, a bunch of people are gonna crap on me when I say Morocco because a lot of people are gonna say, well, Morocco is not really Africa because Morocco is not Black Africa. Well, once again, Morocco is also closer to the east coast of the U.S. Like, whenever I travel, like, I don't just pick countries based on, oh, I want to go here, so I'm just going to go there. I'm mainly picking countries based on price and based on other places I can get to around that area. Just because I can go to Senegal doesn't mean I can easily travel to other countries in that area. So there's a lot of things about Africa that makes Africa more tricky to travel to. I was talking to a YouTuber yesterday that I met here. I'm not gonna say his name, but this is a much bigger YouTuber. He runs one of these like pro black channels, and he is like, you know, like he's very pro black, right? Um, I don't really comment on his channel that much. Well, I don't think I've ever commented on his channel, but he basically runs one of those channels. And I bumped into him, and I was telling him how I like to travel a lot because he was asking me about my channel. And he asked me, "So how many times have you been to Africa?" I said, "Well, I've only been to Egypt." And I was thinking about that. I was thinking how I've only been to the continent of Africa one time, but I've been to Europe probably close to like 15 times, and I've been to the continent of Asia well over 10 times. And, you know, when he said that, you know, wow, you've only been to one country in Africa and you've been to 34 countries. And then the first thing that came to my mind was, is cost, you know, because when you go to Europe, countries are very close to each other. You can take a train or a bus 2 hours and be in a different country. You can fly to Rome, okay? Italy is in Rome, so there you go, you've been to Italy. And then if you go to the Vatican, which is a country inside of Rome, and Rome is a city inside of the country of Italy, that would be another country. So that's two countries. And you don't have to get a visa. You don't have to get a shot or anything. You don't have to do things prior to just going to Italy. You can just show up and go to Italy. A lot of African countries, you can't just do that. Like Senegal, I believe Americans do not need a visa and Americans don't need shots. And this is one reason why I want to go to Senegal because I can just show up. Like I don't have to um, I don't I don't have to have this planned out itinerary because I don't like to travel that way. But a lot of people travel that way from what I see. A lot of people have itinerary all planned out. But I don't like to do that because what if I get to a country and I'm planning to stay there for 2 weeks and I really want to leave after like 4 days. But then the next country, I'm like, I'm really, really digging this country. I don't mind staying here for a month. That's why I don't like itineraries. Oh, that's the only deal about Portugal. It can kind of be a little tricky to get in and out. Spain, best budget airlines. My favorite budget airlines is Norwegian Airlines. Like they're my favorite by far. Like, what about South America? Only country I've been to in South America is Colombia. Um, I don't I don't have any plans on going to South America later this year, but that could change. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Go to Japan. They love skinny black men. Japan. Japan's fun. I haven't been to Japan. I've been to the airport a couple times, but Japan looks like it would be a lot of fun. I have been in the Philippines. Any advice for someone waiting to travel alone for the first time? Dude, any advice for someone waiting to travel alone? I would say, I mean, go with the flow, man. Like, go with the flow. Like, if it's your first time, like, okay, is this working now? Yes, I think this is working. All right. Yeah, I'm checking on my phone. Yeah, it's I don't know. It's this convention center. I guess the internet's not that fast. Please stop the booster. I don't know what to do. I want to go to New York this summer, but then when I look at the prices of Airbnbs, and then I look at the price that I would pay for an Airbnb, that could be my whole travel budget for a month. So that's what I'm thinking. Should I even go to New York or I don't know, guys. Hope that you return to the Bay Area. I don't know. I was so happy to leave the Bay because it was so cold and windy. That's why I was really happy to leave the Bay. Just traveled in. I just bought another boosted board. My life's a mess. Once I get to everything will probably change. I know. Visit the Caribbean. The Caribbean's okay. Let's talk about the Caribbean. One reason that I'm kind of turned off from the Caribbean is because I live in California, and if you live on the East Coast, there's a lot of flights going to the Caribbean. And also, I feel that the Caribbean is a really good place to go to when it's the winter time. Like when it's the winter time here in the U.S., that's the best time to go to the Caribbean. Because right now, it's hot. You can go anywhere. Who's calling? Someone's calling. Hello. I'm having a live stream. Uh huh. What's the temperature down here? The temperature is. Hello. I said I'm having a live stream. Yeah. The temperature is I don't know, maybe like 50 degrees. The only reason I brought a jacket is because I know I'm gonna be indoors majority of the day, and it's super chilly. Singapore is super expensive. Honestly, I thought that I thought San Francisco was more expensive than Singapore. Yeah, yeah, I thought it was. Singapore wasn't cheap. It definitely wasn't cheap, but I still think San Francisco is more expensive. And once again, Hong Kong's not cheap, but I definitely think that San Francisco is more expensive. Jermaine, ever been to Vietnam? If not, I recommend a quick stop in Bangkok is a bonus as well. You ever you ever live van life? I've thought about it. I definitely. So I'll be in LB No, I'm gonna leave tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna go back to the bay tomorrow. But I was what was I gonna say? No, but like the guy I met here, he was like, he was giving me crap about how come I don't go to Africa. And the main reason I was telling him is, man, it costs. I was like, I can get flights in Europe for $20. You ain't getting no flight in Africa for no $20. And he was saying, well, yeah, but it doesn't cost that much. Yes, it does cost that much when you have to like prepare for a visa and you have to have. Guys, it does cost a lot when you have to prepare for a visa, when you have to take the time to go to the different embassies, or you have to like mail stuff to different embassies, and then before you even mail stuff to different embassies, you have to go and have like your photos taken. You got to put that in the envelope to mail. Like there's way more like there's way more things that you have to go through. You don't just like go online and just pay. Like some countries is like that. Like Vietnam is like that. You can go online, you can pay, and then you can get your visa at the airport. They do that in Vietnam, but they don't do that in most countries, um, especially in most African countries. I don't think they do that. So you're looking at more for flights and more in visa fees, which cost more money. And then there's also those like random things that cost more in certain countries. You know, like maybe they charge you as a tourist more for this, but then they charge the locals like a much cheaper price or stuff like that. And then you always have to account for, I don't know, I feel like I'm making excuses, but I don't have to make an excuse. Like I'm just being 100. Like this is one reason why most people don't go to Africa. And then I was saying like information, like there's not as much information on Africa. And then he disagreed with me again. He was like, there's plenty of information on Africa. You just have to look for it. I agree. There is plenty of information on Africa, but it's not the same amount of information that you can find for Asia or Europe. Like, it's not the same amount of information. Like, you're, way more people are vlogging about Europe and Asia, and less people are vlogging about Africa. So do you travel, get points, JetBlue, amenities, and get free flights? Okay, so this is my deal about points. The only card I use is the Chase Freedom card. Now I get points on that. I don't get a lot of points. I used to apply for a lot of different credit cards and get free flights. I don't really do that anymore. That's something that maybe I'll do in the future. But I don't really do that. I mainly find like super cheap flights that are they're already like super cheap that I don't really mind. Like a $400 flight round trip to Europe, that's pretty dang cheap. Like I've actually seen some $300 flights to Europe. That's pretty dang cheap versus like an $1,100 flight. Now I get what a lot of you guys are saying. Well, if you go get this credit card and go get that credit card and go get this other credit card, you can get free flights and you can fly for free. Well, you can do that. That's definitely something you can do. But now I don't know that I mean that's definitely something you can do. But now you just gotta. That's what you're doing. You're doing that. And that's not exactly what. It's not. I don't want to be a credit card reviewer here. I want to be a traveler. I feel a lot of credit card people do that, and less travelers get travel credit cards. Travel credit cards, like they definitely work. It's just something I'm just not big into. And also, I do a lot of like, the type of traveling I'm doing is I go to a lot of random places, so I'm gonna need that credit card to like get me to Europe, and then from Europe, like they work, but it's not. It's just not what I do. It's not what I. It's just not my thing. But you can check out Google Flights. It's a really really good one. Trying to in Colombia. I just got back. It's a fun city. Oh, I love Colombia. Like I didn't spend that much time in Colombia. No, I spent like maybe 2 weeks in Colombia. Majority of it was Cartagena, and a chunk of it was Bogota. But the deal with Bogota is like I had a hard time breathing because the elevation is super super high. So I was just having the hardest time, like breathing and drinking beer was like not the easiest thing in the world. The thing is about the travel cards and lounge access. Yes, they do have lounge access, but I feel that those work better outside of the U.S. Like what I mean by the lounge access, like in the U.S., check out some of the things that are going on at the convention center here. But I just wanted to do a quick live stream because I have not been online in a little bit. I wanted to vlog VidCon, but I know a lot of my subscribers aren't that interested in VidCon, so I thought I would vlog a little bit, but not just make VidCon vlogs, you know. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I'm gonna get out of here, go check out some of these panels, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Peace out, yo.